If I gave you $1,000 right now, just $1,000, and told you this could change your family's financial future forever, would you believe me?
Most people think they need 10,000, 50,000, a six-figure salary to build wealth. But the truth is far more uncomfortable.
The reason most people stay broke isn't because they don't have enough money. It's because they don't.
Every year, inflation climbs, your savings shrinks, and the $1,000 you're proud of is losing value right now.
See, you're not saving. You're slowly going broke with a false sense of security.
The wealthy don't hope. They don't guess. They don't wait.
Wealthy people don't hope for wealth. They don't guess for wealth. They are strategic when it comes to building wealth.
Today, Anthony breaks down the $1,000 blueprint that could transform the next 30 years of your life.
Because your future self is watching you right now. If I gave you $1,000 right now, just $1,000, and told you this could change your family's financial future forever, would you believe me? Before we get started on today's show, I want to apologize for any coughing that is up front. I am recovering from a cold, and I did not want to miss shooting some important content for you all today. You see, the answer to that question is most people would not believe me. You see, most people think that $1,000 isn't enough money. They think you need $10,000, $50,000, or a six-figure salary to build real wealth. Well, I want to start off today's episode with the truth. The reason most people stay broke isn't because they don't have enough money. It's because they don't know what to do with the money that they already have. We don't know what to do with the money that God has already placed within our reach. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn $1,000 into generational wealth using the same strategy the top 1% use. We're not talking about crypto. We're not even talking about meme stocks, and we're not even talking about gambling. We are going to be addressing and covering proven strategies, safe strategies, and strategic plans that work whether you are 20 years old or whether you're 65 years old. So I need you to do me a favor. I got my notebook here. I need you to grab yours. Grab your phone, and because I want to get into it, because I want to give you the $1,000 wealth blueprint. That if you have access to $1,000, I need you to do this with that right now. Before we get into that strategy, we need to talk about why most people never build wealth, even when they have the money to start. Let's say you got $1,000 sitting in your savings account right now. You're proud of it. You worked hard for it. You think you're doing the right thing by saving, right? But here's what exactly is happening. Your bank is paying you maybe 0.01% to 0.5% interest. Meanwhile, inflation is running at about 3 to 4% per year. That means your $1,000 is losing value every single year. See, you're not saving. You're slowly going broke with a false sense of security. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to save. You shouldn't have a savings account. No, you need an emergency fund. But once you got that 3 to 6 months of your net pay saved, that's extra money. It needs to be working for you anything beyond the 3 to 6 months of net pay. And that's where most people get stuck. They don't know where to put it. They're scared of the stock market. They think investing is complicated. They think it's only for the rich people. But I need y'all to listen to me clearly. I grew up on government assistance. I was broke, living in my car at 25 years old. I didn't come from money. My parents are hardworking, middle-class military families. But I learned something that changed my life forever. Wealthy people don't just save money, they invest money. And today, I'm going to show you how to do the same thing starting with just $1,000. If you got 1,000, do the math If you don't have 1,000, and let's say you only have $500, do the math from a percentage perspective and follow the strategy. All right. I need you to follow the strategy. And I call this the 80-20 wealth building strategy. To turn small money into big money without losing it all, you need balance. 80% is going to go into safe, proven investments. 20% goes into higher growth opportunities. Well, I'm going to say this again, and hopefully Ed has it up on the screen. 80% goes into safe, proven investments. 20% goes into higher growth opportunities. This is how the wealthy grow their money fast without being reckless. And what we have to start doing is start thinking like the wealthy with the income that we have. You see, the 80% is your foundation. This is the money that you put into an index fund, into a mutual fund, and ETFs, investments that track the overall stock market. Now, they're boring, they're not sexy, but here it is, they work. That is the thing about it. It's not attractive, it's not even fun, but it is effective. Now, the 20% is your accelerator. This is where you take a little more risk for a lot more reward. Growth stocks, individual companies, the stuff that can 2 times, 3 times, even 5 times your money. But here's the key. You're not gambling. You're not putting all your money on one stock. You're being strategic. I really want to just make sure that you all understand what I'm saying. Going into 2026, if you're going to build wealth, you have to be strategic with how you're going to build wealth. And let's just say, you know what, Anthony, I'm not at a point where I can build wealth, but I want to get out of debt. If you're going to get out of debt, if you're going to change anything with your finances, you have to be strategic. Wealthy people don't hope for wealth. They don't guess for wealth. They are strategic when it comes to building wealth. So with your $1,000, here's exactly how we're going to split it. $500 into your foundation, the safe stuff. $300 into your growth fund, the accelerator. $200 into individual stocks, your shot at big gains. All right. Now I'm going to break this down on each step. So do not go anywhere. As a matter of fact, before I break this down, I want you to watch this quick ad because I want you to get an investment account because you need to open this up today to be effective here. Listen, family, I need to share something important with you before we get back to today's show. Now, you all know I've been talking about investing platforms, and I just made a major move. I've actually transferred all of my investment funds from Moomoo to SoFi Invest. Yes, I sure did. Look, I'm about to give you 3 solid options to choose from. You've got SoFi, Public, and yes, Moomoo is still on the list. But let me be real with you up front. SoFi is honestly, it's where it's at. Why? First, it's incredibly easier to use. No more complicated interfaces. Second, and this is huge, I can now turn on automations. I can set it and forget it. Third, I do not, and you do not, have to open up an account today with money, but you can open up an account today to just lock in a rate. Now, here's what I love with SoFi Invest. My investments are working while I'm sleeping, while I'm recording this show, while I'm on vacation, while I'm living my life. Plus, SoFi is still hooking you up with amazing benefits. We're talking up to $1,000 in stock when you open and actually fund your account. And get this, 0 commissions on stocks and ETFs, fractional shares of companies starting at just $5, and that 1% match on recurring deposits with SoFi Plus. Listen, we got to stop overthinking it. I need you to go to anthonyoneal.com/invest right now. That is anthonyoneal.com/invest. Choose the platform that works best for you. But trust me, SoFi is the move. Let's build wealth together. Let's start getting our money working for us. As a matter of fact, let's get back to the show so we can definitely learn how to do that. But go to anthonyoneal.com/invest and open up your account today. Join me at SoFi. All right, so go open up that investment account, choose one of those 3, and then let's talk about step 1, the foundation, the $500. All right, $500. The first $500 goes into an S&P 500 index fund. Okay. Now, if you don't know what the S&P 500 is, let me explain it to you real quick, because this is important for you to understand. And there's no shame in your game not understanding and not knowing what the S&P 500 is. The S&P 500 is a collection of the 500 largest, most profitable companies in America. So we're talking about companies like Apple. We're talking about companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, which is Facebook, Google, Tesla, you name it. When you invest in an S&P 500 index fund, you're buying a tiny piece of all of these companies at once. And here's why this is so powerful. You see, the S&P 500 has averaged about a 10% return per year for the last several decades. The keyword there is average. Did it happen every single year? But over the last decade, the average return per year was about 10%. So that means if you put $500 in today and never add another dollar in 30 years, that $500 could grow to over $8,700 just from sitting there. But we're not stopping at $500. We're going to keep adding. So what do you actually invest in the S&P 500? You need three things, all right? You need a brokerage account. I recommend SoFi, Public, or Moomoo. I've already sent you, I've already given you the options. We're going to have the link inside the show description to where you can sign up for one. An S&P 500 index fund. Look for these ticker symbols, VOO, SPY, or FXAIX, and $500 to invest, all right? So let's say you open an account with SoFi. You search for VOO, that's Vanguard's S&P 500 fund. You invest $500. Now you're done. It's that simple, all right? You now own a piece of the world's most profitable companies. This is your never going to zero base. I'm going to pause right now because I believe some of you all have not opened up an account yet. So I want you to go open up an account. The link is going to be inside the show description. Go to anthonyoneal.com/invest. Choose from one of those three. I moved all of my stuff from Moomoo over to SoFi. And so I would highly encourage you to do the same as well and look for one of those tickers and put $500 into it. And listen, I know some of you are already thinking this. Anthony, what if the market crashes? Here's the truth. The market will go up and it will go down. That is normal. But over time, over 10, 20, 30 years, it's always going up. Always. So listen, every recession, every crash, every the sky is falling moment, the market recovered and went even higher. So what am I saying? Please do not panic. Don't check it every single day. Just let it sit and grow. Invest and trust the process, family. I promise you, it'll be worth it. Listen, that's step number one. $500 into your foundation. All right? $500 into your foundation. Please go to anthonyoneal.com/invest and open up your brokerage account today. Let's move on to step number two. Step two, I call this the Accelerator, $300. Now, the S&P 500 is great. It's safe. It's steady. But if you want to build wealth faster, you need to tilt your portfolio towards growth a little bit. All right. So this is why we're going to come down a little bit. But also, this is where growth funds come in. Growth funds invest in companies that are growing their revenue at double-digit rates. We're talking 15%, 20%, 30% per year, right? Companies like Broadcom, Cisco, AMD, ServiceNow, Salesforce. These are tech companies, creative companies, companies that are leading the future. And historically, growth funds grow 2 to 5 times faster than the broad, I would say, market. So here's what you do, right? When it comes to the $300 of what I want you to invest or how I want you to invest. pull up your brokerage account again. Listen, y'all gonna have to open up one today. All right. Go to anthonyoneil.com/invest. You invest it into a growth fund, and I recommend two. VUG, which is your Vanguard Growth ETF, FDGRX, Fidelity Growth Fund. All right. We're going to have these inside of the show descriptions and also should be up on the screen for you. Same process. Open your brokerage account app, search for VUG, and invest $300. Boom. You're done. You're done. If you want to go and not do VUG, and let's say you want to do the Fidelity Growth Fund, which is the FDGRX, that's fine. Put $300 in there. Now, is this riskier than the S&P $500? Yes, a little bit. Growth stocks can be more sensitive. They go up faster, but they can also drop faster as well. But remember, you've got 80% of your money in a safe, stable investment. This $300 is your 20%, your shot at accelerating your wealth. We got to take steps. So that's step number 2. All right. Now let's get to the fun part, which is step number 3. Step number 3, I call this your shot. $200. All right. This is where it gets really, really, really exciting. You've got $200 left, and with this $200, you're going to invest in individual stocks. This is something that Courtney and myself have really been talking about lately, and what are some of the best companies to invest into. And I get excited about this, honestly, right? Now, I know that you're thinking, Anthony, I can't afford to buy Amazon stock. That's like $180 per share. I can't afford Google. I think it's right around $140 per share at the time of recording this. And you're right. You can't buy a full share, but you don't need to. Most brokerage apps now let you buy fractional shares. That means you can own a piece of a share. You can own a piece of a share of a company. All right. So you could buy Amazon, let's say for $5. You could buy Google for $10. Heck, you could buy Tesla for $20. You could buy Nvidia for $50. These are a fractional share. You don't need $1,000 per share anymore. You can start with just $5. You can start with just $10. All right. So here's what you got to do with your $200. Pick 45 companies you believe in. As a matter of fact, go back and watch one of the shows that Courtney and I talked about with some of the top companies out there. You choose 4 to 5 of those companies you want to invest into. Maybe you love Apple products, so buy $40 of Apple. Maybe you use Google every day, so buy $40 of Google. Maybe you believe in electric vehicles, so buy $40 of Tesla. Listen, this is your chance to own pieces of the companies shaping the future. You don't have to wait to have a full share or thousands and thousands of dollars to invest in. No, start right now at the level that you're at. Now listen, individual stocks are riskier. Some will go up, but let me be super clear. Some will go down. That's why this is only 20% of your portfolio. But here's the beauty. If just one of these stocks takes off, if you bought Nvidia at $50 and it doubled to $100, you just made what? Some serious money. I don't know about y'all, but I'll get excited if I got double my money back. That's the power of individual stocks. High risk, but also high reward. But you're not only risking $200. Well, let me say that again. You're only risking $200. You're not risking your whole future. You're not risking the full $1,000 of what we started off with. So to recap, $500 in S&P 500, your foundation, $300 in growth stock mutual funds, your accelerator, $200 in individual stocks. This is your shot. That's your $1,000 wealth blueprint. All right. Now, let me show you what this $1,000 can become. Let's say you invest this $1,000 today, all right? And you add just $100 per month going forward. Based on a 10% average annual return, which is what the S&P 500 has done historically, here's what happens. Year 5, $8,200. Year 10, $20,500. Year 20, $75,000. Year 30, $226,000. $226,000 from $1,000 and a $100 a month investment. That's not luck. That's not a get rich quick scheme. That's the power of compound interest and consistency. And if you can invest more than $100 a month, if you can invest $200, $300, $500 a month, or anywhere between 15 to 25% of your income a month, you're looking at real generational wealth. You're looking at retiring early. You're looking at quitting your job within the next 10 to 15 years. You're looking at leaving something for your children's children's children simply from being strategic, not just operating out of hope. But it all starts with that first $1,000, and it all starts today. Today. So listen to me. Thank you for bearing with me as I'm recovering this cold and coughing. Hopefully Ed and them were able to get some of it out. I know some of you all are watching this and thinking, Anthony, I don't have $1,000 right now. And that's okay. Start with 100. Start with 50. Start with 10. Start. The amount today really doesn't matter as much as you building the habit. Because once you start investing, once you see your money growing, trust me, you're going to want to invest more and keep going. You'll find ways to invest more. You'll find ways to find more money to invest even more. You'll cut back on things that don't matter because you see your money growing. You will prioritize your future. I promise you. I'm a living witness. And if you're sitting there thinking, I don't know how to open a brokerage account. I don't know which app to use. I'm scared I'm going to mess it up. I got you. I got you. I got you. I truly do got you. I'm going to make a video. Listen, if you're going to start investing, if you're going to take 2026 seriously and really, really, really change your financial future, I want you to comment the word invest below. Put it inside the comment section if you're watching this on YouTube. If you listen to this on podcast, come over to the YouTube channel. Just comment the word invest. I want to see how many of you all are going to take the first step. And the first step simply is identifying, okay, I have 1,000 or I have 500 or I have 200. The second step is go open up a brokerage account. Then the third step is find the mutual funds, find the index fund, find the single stocks. And the fourth step is to put the money inside of it. I'm excited about 2026, man. I'm going to be doing some more teaching because your future self is watching you right now. And I want to help you impress yourself. Are you going to let that $1,000 sit in a savings account losing value? You're going to let that $500 sit there and it's not growing and working for you? Or are you going to put it to work and start building generational wealth today? Yeah. We're going to do it. Comment the word invest right now if you're going to invest. If you're going to, 2026, you're going to invest $5 minimum. Comment the word invest below. And I'll see you in the next show. Peace out.